pre-K kindergarten story time. It is Monday morning. It is about 9:01, and I thought I'd go ahead and get started. I will be sending this recording out, of course, for any of you guys who weren't able to come live. So today, I decided we would do some nonfiction books. So let me get my screen shared. And we are going to start with the moon, the Earth's best friend. That's the story we're going to start with.
Lena.
All right. The moon's the Earth's best friend. It is written by Stacy McCallnett and it's illustrated by Stephen Lewis. Well, I flipped that view and it turned it around wonky, didn't it? Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Look up. It's me, Moon. I'm the Earth's best friend. Where Earth goes, I go. We have been together since the beginning, almost. Let me tell you our story. Once upon a time, about 4.5 billion years ago, a space rock the size of Mars crashed into baby Earth. A big old mess. Pieces of rock and chunks of earth and even large rocks were blasted into space. This crash came together and to make me a satellite. That's what we call things that circle around the Earth, satellites. Actually, I'm Earth's only satellite, that is naturally made satellite. Natural, not created by Earthlings. Satellite, I circle the Earth. Down here are those vocabulary words. Sometimes in nonfiction text that gives us vocabulary words. Back up here to our story. She has thousands of human-made satellites, too. They're mostly metal and plastic, not exactly best friend material. Guess that makes me Earth's #1 sidekick. Turning the page. It takes me 27.3 days to go around the Earth once. It takes me 27.3 days to spin once. Coincidence? I think not. It means I'm dependable. My face always smiles at the Earth. You'll never see my backside. But you probably noticed I look different every night. Fun, right? Check out our faces. So we have the new moon, waning crescent, last quarter, waning gibbous, full moon, doesn't make the wolves howl, waxing gibbous, first quarter, and waxing crescent. Some other planets have best friends too. I'm Moon, but I'm not the only moon in the solar system. Jupiter has moons, Neptune and moons, Saturn and moons, Uranus and moons, Mars and moons, Tino and Titan and Callisto and Gemini Maid are all of the moons, and I'm the biggest. I'll always be Earth's pal, but what that doesn't mean we're twinsies. She's bigger, 4 times bigger. In fact, the moon is 6,784 miles around, and the Earth is 24,874 miles around, and her gravity is 6 times stronger. Gravity. That is the invisible force that makes an apple fall to the ground instead of flying to the sky. A cow weighs 600 pounds on Earth, and it'll only weigh 100 pounds on me. Speaking of cows, Earth has cows, and and nursery rhymes starring cows. But a cow has never jumped over me. I'm far too far away for even a kangaroo to make that leap. Over here it tells us the average distance between Earth and me is 230,000 miles, 855. You can fit 30 Earths in that distance and probably a gazillion cows. BFFs help each other out. I keep Earth from being too wobbly. This might be the most important thing I do, and you probably didn't even know that. With me gentle spinning, my gravity's at work. Without me, topsy-turvy. Don't worry, moon gazers, you'll never be without me. I don't disappear during the day. I'm always here for Earth. You just can't see me when it's super bright and when it's cloudy or when I'm on the other side of the Earth. I can prove I'm always there. Check out the ocean's tides. High tide happens twice a day, and low tide happens twice a day. That's gravity again, my gravity, pulling on the Earth's oceans. I have the best views of Earth, and Earth has the best views of me. But some Earthlings wanted to see me up close. I've had 12 moonwalkers and have left footprints, and some of those footprints are still there. I'm the only other place in the universe where man has stepped foot. And I do mean man. I'm still waiting for my first female astronaut. No wind or rain is ever there to mess up the footprints. Other things you won't find on me: oxygen, mosquitoes, that's a really good thing if you ask me, plants, animals, including cows, and liquid water. Things you will find on me: rocks, really big rocks, and more rocks. Nail clippers, presents from Earth, stuff left behind by untiny astronauts, a golf ball, a falcon feather, hammer, and an American flag. Earth and I have so much fun together. We like to play eclipse. The solar eclipse, I hide the sun for a few minutes, and we play this during the day. A lunar eclipse is when the Earth's shadow passes over me, and we play that at night. It's like hide and seek. I'm always here for Earth, and I'm always here for you. Where the Earth goes, I go. Where the Earth goes, you go. I guess that makes us best friends too. Kind of cool, huh? Not to get to have a best friend of the Earth. All right, our next story is going to be koalas. All right. Becca, give me a smiley face if you can see my koala book. Can you see the koala book? All right, good. All right, koalas. This is a National Geographic book. It's another nonfiction book. This one is going to tell us all about these marsupials. I'm going to have to flip the view again. Let's see if I can get it right this time. Here we go. Who am I? I live in trees, eating green leaves. I have black nose and long claws on my toes. My big ears are furry, and I'm not in a hurry. Who am I? A koala. Where koalas live. If you look up here, you'll see there's usually a title to nonfiction books. And then often nonfiction books give us pictures with little graphs inside of it, and they'll have settings up here, information to give us on top about these pictures. Koalas live in a country called Australia. They live in forests and in wooded areas. They live in the mountains and on the coast. So here's Australia, the world map, and here's Australia, and here it's blown up, and here's where the koalas live, all on this coast. Pouch animals. Koalas look like teddy bears, but they're not bears at all. Koalas are mammals called marsupials. They carry their babies in pouches. Kangaroos, that's this animal over here, and wombats over here are marsupials too. You see down here in this picture, you can see the baby sticking out. And over here, we have a caption inside our picture that says tree talk, mammal. An animal that feeds its babies milk. It has a backbone and is warm-blooded. Marsupial, a mammal that carries its baby in its pouch. Remember we talked about with the other book, nonfiction book, that sometimes they give us vocabulary words. Built to climb. Koalas' bodies are perfect for living in trees. Now, if we look at our koala here, see how it's got all of these boxes for us, these text boxes? They're going to give us information. So here's the first one, and it's pointing down here to the body. Its body curls up to fit between branches. Fur on the bottom is extra thick. It has a built-in seat cushion. Strong legs help koalas climb down trees. Long arms wrap around trees. Front paws have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers. This helps them grab branches. Long claws dig in and branches. And paws have pads to keep the koala from slipping. Life in trees. Koalas are good climbers. They spend most of their time in trees. This is their habitat. Koalas sleep in trees too. They doze off in funny places. Would you like to sleep like this? Look at them sleeping. Right here, this caption tells us koalas are slow and sleepy. They sleep up to 18 hours a day. And over here in our tree talk habitat, an habitat is the animal's natural home. I'm not sure I want to sleep like a koala. Kind of looks uncomfortable. Here we go. A koala lives in a small area in its habitat. The area is about trees. This is its territory. Male koalas have a scent patch on their chest that they rub on trees. This tells other koalas to stay out of their territory. Right here, this points and tells us that's where the scent patch is. In our tree talk, it tells us territory, an area where an animal or group of animals eat, travel, and live. Picky eaters. Ooh, koalas eat lots of eucalyptus leaves, but they only eat from a few kinds of eucalyptus trees. To get enough food, koalas have to eat about 5 hours a day. Koalas mostly eat and sleep. I bet none of you are picky eaters. And that's the picture of a eucalyptus leaf. Cool koala facts. 1. Koalas can jump from tree to tree. 2. Koalas hardly drink any water. They get most of their water from the leaves. 3. Koalas' furs protects the animal from heat, cold, and rain. 4. Koalas are very active at night. They like to midnight snacks. 5. Koalas have fingerprints. Ooh, just like we do. And 6. Eucalyptus leaves smell like cough drops. Koalas do too. Baby koalas. A baby koala is called a joey. When it's born, it does not have any hair and it is also blind. A joey stays in its mother's pouch for about 6 months and it drinks milk and grows bigger and bigger. Down here at the capture of our picture, a joey is the size of a jelly bean at birth. So here's what it looks like up close. It's actually the size of a jelly bean. Down here, the caption reads, a joey peeks out of its mother's pouch. Soon, the joey comes out of the pouch. It hangs on its mother's chest or rides her back. Young koala learn how to climb and hang on so it can live safely in trees. See our joey here and then the joey up there? In danger. Koalas need land with trees, but people are cutting down trees to make farms and roads and buildings, and there's less land for koalas. They are in danger. Koalas get hurt too. They get hit by cars or hurt by pet dogs. Down here our caption says, today koalas and people often must share the same space. Helping koalas. Luckily for koalas, there are hospitals just for them. Doctors and nurses help koalas. that are sick or hurt. Koala hospitals help thousands of koalas every year. Down here, our caption says, a koala gets help after it was hit by a car, and it is taken to the koala hospital in Port Macquarie in New South Wales in Australia. Up here, our caption reads, the koala's arms are hurt. They have casts to help them heal. Our middle picture, the caption reads, hospital workers give loving care to sick koalas. And our bottom caption says, this koala is being weighed. And did you know, you all may or may not have seen the news, but back in the fall, there were terrible fires in Australia, and it threatened the koalas then, and the hospitals were really busy helping the koalas. Koalas get help in other ways too. Road signs tell drivers to watch out for koalas. See the road signs down here? And tunnels and bridges can help koalas cross roads, but koalas don't always know where it is safe to cross. Saving eucalyptus trees is one of the best ways to help koalas. Trees are homes for koalas, and our caption right here says, a koala uses a tunnel that goes under the road. What in the world? These pictures show up close the views of things in the koala's world. Use the hints below to try to figure out the answers. The answers are on page 31. So in some of the books like this, you have some question things at the end that you can do to help you learn a little bit more about koalas or to test your knowledge. Kind of fun, huh? All right. All right. Miss Becca, would you like to hear one more story? Hi, Miss Becca. You want to hear another story? All right. We'll do one more story then. All right, I'm going to change the screen again. Let me find where I can do that. There we are. Here we go. Here we go. Our last story. This one is called Real Dragons. And I love this nonfiction book, and I just got a bunch of these in because this one is a special type of book that you can read with somebody that's a little older than you, maybe a brother or sister, or even mom and dad, or grandma and grandpa, somebody fun to read with, because it's you read and I read. This one is called Real Dragons. Let me blow it up a little bit so we can see the page easier. And like many nonfiction books, they start out with a table of contents. And these you read, I read books give some instructions on how you do it. So the you read is the side for the parent or your older person to read, and the I read is the side for you to read. I'll read both this time, though. All right, so we're going to start with chapter 1. Are dragons real? See, even the size of the font or the words are different for the you read, for the grown-up or the older person to read, versus the I read. So here we go. You ready? For thousands of years, people have imagined how dragons would look and act if they were real. Would dragons fly? Would they have scaly skin? Would they breathe fire? Magical dragons aren't real. But many animals look like dragons. Some do things a dragon might do. Look at these. Those are real. This snake looks like a dragon. It has bumpy scales that wind down its back in long rows, just like some make-believe dragons do. It's called a dragon snake. Dragon snakes are a type of reptile. Oh, I don't, Miss Walker, snakes. They're like other reptiles, just not snakes. Here we go to the U page. Reptiles are animals that have heavy, dry scales on their skin. Many reptiles look like dragons. Look at that guy. Reptiles and make-believe dragons can have more in common than just scales. There are other parts of reptiles that look like dragons too. This Nile Monitor, that's what this guy is. It's a Nile Monitor lizard, has long claws, and it used to climb or dig. See the claws down there? That sort of looks like what we see the make-believe dragons have, isn't it? A bearded dragon lizard has spikes on its neck, and it can puff out the spikes when it gets upset. See down here how it throws out its spikes? Now, in this book, it has a Your Turn page where you can pause your reading and it tells you to do something. So on this page, it says, draw a dragon. Draw what you think a dragon looks like. And so you could pause and draw a picture of a dragon while you're reading. Chapter 2, Dragon Superpowers. Dragons don't have to be magical to do amazing things. The thorny dragon, type of lizard, has a tough coat of armor. Its prickly scales protect it from predators. They make the thorny dragon very hard to touch or pick up. I don't think I want to pick up something with all those spikes, do you? A thorny dragon protects itself in other ways too. It can make its body look bigger. It may scare away a hungry animal. The thorny dragon's super armor also makes it invisible. Its yellow and brown scales help blend into the colors of its desert home. This makes the dragon hard to see for other animals. Down here, it's kind of hard to see it right there, isn't it? The dragon's scales don't just blend in, they can change color. They can change color in the sun, and it helps keep the dragon cool. Reptiles can do all kinds of amazing things. This lizard can soar. The flying dragon lives some in tropical forests. These lizards don't really fly. They use flaps made of special bones and skin to glide from place to place. The flying dragon glides between trees, and it stays high in the trees so that animals on the ground can't catch it. Flying dragons can also use their flaps to scare other animals. When the lizard is afraid, it will open its flap, including another flap of skin on its neck. Then the open flaps make the lizard look larger. Over here, a flying dragon does not share its tree. If it sees another lizard, it opens its skin, and this might scare away the other lizard. This snake has venom powers. No animal can spray fire like a make-believe dragon can, but a spitting cobra comes plenty close. It can spray venom as far away from its body. The snake does not really spit its venom. There are small holes in the snake's fangs. The venom sprays through these holes. So it sprays venom, not really spits. Here we go to the next one. Although the Gila Monster is venomous, it does not always bite its food. This desert lizard can open its mouth wide to swallow a yummy egg. See, the Gila? People used to think the lizard's breath was poisonous, but its breath can't hurt an animal. It must bite to release its venom. Now we have another U-turn page. Your turn. What are these animals doing? Match the word to the picture. So here it has the pictures, and over here it has the words. And the words are glide, swallow, bend, and spray. So you take a moment and figure out what you think, what's happening in picture A, and then in picture B, and picture C, and picture D. We're going to keep going, though. You ready? Chapter 3, Big Dragons. It might not be big enough to guard a fairy tale castle, but the Komodo dragon is still very big. It's the biggest and heaviest lizard on Earth. It has a powerful body with thick, strong limbs and a long tail. There are more to this dragon than its size. It's a good runner and a good fighter. It uses its legs to run fast and its tail to help it fight. Komodo dragons are patient hunters. It hides for hours in tall grass using its long tongue to taste the air and sense its prey near. When it spots the deer or water buffalo, it uses its strong body and sharp teeth to capture and eat it. A dragon's mouth has many teeth. Each tooth is short but very sharp. If a tooth falls out, the dragon will grow a new one. Down here it tells us in the caption, its venomous bite helps the Komodo dragon finish off its prey. Oh, it has a venomous bite too. The Komodo dragon's claws are long and sharp. The dragon uses the claws to grip the ground when it runs. A young dragon is small and it uses its claws to climb the tree. It hides in the tree. Now it is safe for older dragons. Back to another U-turn page. Read each action word, then touch the body part of the Komodo dragon that helps it do the action. It has run, climb, bite, and grip. So it gives you another activity to do while you're reading. Chapter 4, all kinds of dragons. You read, not all dragons are reptiles. Fish, insects, and other kinds of animals remind people of dragons too. The colorful dragon eel is a fish. Its mouth opens wide and it's ready to catch a meal. I read, the eel has 2 sets of jaws. One set of jaws opens wide to catch the food. The other set of jaws helps the eel swallow. The bright pink dragon millipede does not have to hide. It's not afraid of being eaten by a bird or another animal. Its color and spine send a message to other animals. Its bright body tells animals, poison, do not touch or eat. If the animal eats it, it might become sick. Does this look like a dragon? Its dragon head caterpillar has sharp horns on its head and tail. Its body is covered in small spikes too. These spikes help the caterpillar defend itself. The dragon caterpillar will not keep its sharp spikes. Soon the caterpillar will turn into a butterfly. Look at this animal's long snout. It looks a lot like a dragon, but this fish is very gentle. It drifts and tumbles next to coral reefs. The sea dragon is not a fast swimmer. It uses its fin and long tail to help it steer through the body, through the water. Let me blow the picture up. Here we go. Well, that went too much. There we go. The leafy sea dragon's fins have another important job too. The shape of the fin makes the sea dragon look a lot like a piece of leafy seaweed. A piece of leafy seaweed. The sea dragon stays very still. Its leafy fins help it hide in the sea grass so other animals don't see it. Here comes one of the insects we studied in January in the library. You might remember the dragon from your backyard. A dragonfly's strong wings make the insect a fast flyer. It can dart back and forth to find its food or to escape from animals that want to eat it. Dragons can be fast runners or slow swimmers. Some fly in caves, some fly through the yard. They are all real dragons and they are everywhere. Now the last page is another your turn. Describe it. Match each word that describes the picture. And we have those pictures again. That A, B, C, D. This one even goes through all the way through F. And then you have those lists of words over here. Leafy, fast, wide, sharp, bright, and long. And you would do that. So that's some of the fun things about nonfiction books like Real Dragons or Koalas that you'll find when you choose to read those. So that is all for our story time today. Miss Selena, I am so glad you stopped by to visit during this time. Remember, you can check out any of our library books by using that link that your teachers have provided you, and you can request some library books, and I will pull them for you and have them ready on Tuesdays and Thursdays.